The non-governmental organizations that were tied in with programs of mass migration have now been defunded.
We have stopped all grant funding that's being abused by NGOs to facilitate illegal immigration into this country.
It has brought attention to the government grants and funding that were going to NGOs involved in helping facilitate the border crisis. Ending the DHS spending would be a huge sum of money. Look, according to FEMA, Homeland Security provided just over $640 million to enable non-federal entities, meaning these NGOs, to offset allowable costs incurred for services associated with non-citizen migrant arrivals in their communities. Meaning the NGOs kind of worked as a workaround of government spending on these programs. Look, the whole border crisis was never really about the lack of border security. The whole focus on that was always kind of missing the point, at least in my opinion. What was actually happening was this. With the border crisis, a large part of it was being facilitated. Basically, there's a handful of international agreements and programs that were allowing this. One of the ones that I talked about before is the Global Compact for Migration. It's a United Nations program signed on by many countries, including our own. And what this basically did was established global programs to facilitate so-called safe and orderly migration. The whole thing was built on this premise that climate change and other things would cause mass migration mainly from third world countries into first world countries. And so basically what it did was it set up networks of NGOs operated through the United Nations with oversight of the United States and Western Europe to help facilitate the mass movement of people. And look, now that funding is being pulled by the Department of Homeland Security. This is a big move towards fixing the border crisis.